We're being led, so we have to. Let me stand on all existing protocols to rally our leader, Jarensimo, and leader not just the youth, but of a nice part of Nigeria. Thank you most sincerely for this audience. It was only yesterday when I came to our final rally that I stayed. There's one or two or three people I want to see around Lagos. And I did mention to Shola. Shola said to me, who wrote them one after the other, said, our rally is on Saturday. If I go to see anybody on Saturday, it will not be good. Let me do so Monday, because Sunday the person might have activities, church, anything, even if he's not going to church, as the Sundays are not the best. The reason why I'm doing this, one is to pay my respect and my loyalty. It's very important and critical. Just strictly that. And also be able to tell you a bit of what we're doing. What Dati and I have embarked in Nigeria is something this country is well known to you. The problems of this country is well known to you. In the past 20 years, call it 10 years, all Nigeria has done as a country is to produce insecurity, poverty, unemployment, out-of-school children, all forms of suffering on our people or the other, which as a leader you experience, because those around you have been affected. Today, Nigeria have more people living in poverty than the two biggest countries combined. China is 120 billion people. India, 104 billion people. China. And India is 1.4 billion people. Both of them combined is 2.8 billion. Nigeria is 200 million. But we have more people living in poverty than two of them combined. And the crisis we face of the nation. Our unemployment is the highest youth unemployment. Today, in 20, just to give you what we had in poverty, let me go back there. In 2012, people who are absolutely poor in Nigeria is 55 million. Today they are 95. Multi-dimensional poverty was about 80-something million. Today it's 133 million. Our unemployment in 2012 was 14.4%. Today it's about 35%. Our youth unemployment is over 60%. So we have so many millions of our youths in their productive age doing nothing. There's a very dangerous, because when they get old, that energy to fall back up. It becomes a total anarchy. Because this is the time to have energy, to be productive, not to have pension. They're not doing anything. Our out-of-school children was hovering about 10, 12 million. Well, today it's over 20 million. Our youth drug prevalence, our youth use of drug, while the global average is 5.8%, ours is 14.something%. Because they have no job, they have nothing, they're taking to drugs. I can go on and tell you how bad it is bad. I don't need to tell you about insecurity. The two things that fails a state qualifies the state to be called a failed state. It's number one, when you're no longer in control of the territory. Number two is when you're no longer in control of the economy. Those two things will qualify for you because you're no longer in control of the. Nobody can say, if you say to somebody, I'm going to, hey, which road are you going to take? I'm going to Benin. Hey, that road is not safe. I'm going to, by the time you say you're going to Medugri, hi, why will you go there? You know? So, it's no longer a safe place to live. When you look at this thing, why did we arrive here? So it is cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years. Leadership that failed to address the issue of Nigeria. Corruption, number one. Now people are stealing our money. People are stealing everything around them. So I and that here back where we say we must do the new Nigeria. That new Nigeria is that first we must secure and unite this country, not provide security in this country. We must secure and unite this country. The enemy is no more formidable. The criminals are no more formidable. I've interviewed every agency and I've found that they are no more formidable. However, it's lack of leadership. It's lack of getting leadership that is responsive and responsible, reorganizing and security architecture to do the right thing, which we're going to do. We are committed to do. And working with leaders in various areas of the country. We want to unite the country. The country today is divided along ethnic lines, divided along religious lines, divided with them. We want to change that. We want to have opportunity of building a Nigeria where people will say, I'm a Nigerian. Not that I'm from Southwest, I'm from Northeast, I'm from Southeast, I'm from this. How are you going to do it? By ensuring that you restructure the country. Where there will be justice, where there will be fairness, where there will be inclusiveness. So people know every section of Nigeria and what they call factor endowments that can make the place grow. We want a country that is ruled by rule of law, where there will be a great environment for people to operate, law and order. We want to remove the country from its present conspicuous consumption to production. We want to stop corruption and stealing of public assets. These are things we found. Today in Nigeria, every part of Nigeria can afford. The country is not productive. That is why it's not creating jobs. It's not doing anything because it's nothing. So, our country is 200 million people. Living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. First, it cannot feed itself. It cannot feed itself, which is what first we want to attack, because this country can feed itself. India is 1.4 billion people. India is not only just feeding itself, India exports agricultural products. India lives on 3.2 million square kilometers of land. We live on 923,000 square kilometers. So we have 1/3 of Indian land, and we are 1/7 of their population. So we have more land for cultivation. We have more land for cultivation. But 60% of our land, arable land, are cultivated. And when we talk about restructuring, people think the other thing. I said to them, the biggest assets of Nigeria, unexplored assets of Nigeria today, is in the north. Biggest physical asset. The vast uncultivated land in the north can change Nigeria. Our 3 biggest states can give us more money. Our agricultural space can give us 10 times what we are getting from oil that we're sharing. Our 3 biggest states can do that. Our #1 biggest state is Niger State. 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. And 7 local governments in Niger State is under the management of bandits. Nobody can go there. And I've gone there to interview the bandits. They told me they have no job. But they live on the most fertile land in the surface of the earth. But they have no job. Niger State is 2.5 times the size of Netherlands. Netherlands is 3,000 square kilometers without water. In 2021, Netherlands did agricultural exports of $120 billion. Niger State gets for statutory allocation annually about 50 billion naira. That means if Niger State is able to cultivate 5% of what Netherlands did, they will earn $6 billion. At 650 naira per dollar is 3.9 trillion. 80 times what they get from statutory allocation. But because Nigeria is not a productive place, they are waiting for money to be shared. Our 2nd biggest state is Borno, which is our home. Borno is 70.9 thousand square kilometers of land. Sambisa area, which is the problematic area, is 60,000 square kilometers. That is 10 times the size of Israel. Israel is 22.1 times 3 is 66.3. They are 60,000. It's 10% minus what it was. So it's 10 times the size of Israel. But it has no value to anybody's life. I told the show of we will convert it into a farmland. That is what it is. Supposed to produce anything. Any other person that is living there has to work. That alone can change Nigeria, but it's not contributing anything. And this is how some have the vast land. Our 3rd biggest state is Taraba. Taraba is 54.4 thousand square kilometers of land. It is bigger than Belgium and Israel combined. These two, Belgium at 30.9, and Israel at 22.163. Taraba is bigger. But Taraba is 1 billion. Taraba is on banks of Mandela. In that bank, not only you do tourism, you can cultivate flower. Kenya did export of flower in 2021 of over $500 million. You can do coffee. Ethiopia did coffee export, $1.1 billion in 2021. You can do tea. Sierra Leone did almost $2 billion worth of tea. So there's so much Nigeria has that can go for it. That's what for the North. I've gone for everywhere in the North. I've said to them, you will celebrate me as your president because I will pull the people out of poverty. We have 20 million out of school children. Most of them are domiciled in the South, in the North. And they say they're out of school children. But I've interviewed them. They've all learned Quran, which means they're intelligent. So I want to meet them at the point of learning Quran and teach them skill. There are the people all over the world. If you go everywhere in the world, you see people from Indonesia, which is the most populated Muslim country. You go see people from Afghanistan, everything. They are the ones who are driving taxis, house help, everything in Dubai and everything, and repatriating money to their people. We can export them. We will double our foreign remittances just by educating this one. And I want to see everybody. In the south here, it's the same thing. Ondo can feed itself, have shoreline, have all the minerals, have all the point, have farmland where you can do what you want to do there. Lagos remains what it is today. Lagos has no improvements for years. Lagos will have been the transshipment of the world. Nigeria is today, even to fly out, we go to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is on the edge. Nigeria is at the center. Yes. We can't go to an edge transit. We're at the center of Africa. Nigeria should have been the transition hub if we have governance. The way it is in Dubai, that's the way it is. Nigeria would have been the transition hub. Make this the financial center. It is a simple thing. We have today, we have issue with our foreign exchange because we are not exporting anything. Foreign exchange, your foreign exchange rate is a function of your reserve. Your reserve is a function of your export. We're not doing anything. For a country this size, 200 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. Our total export, 2021, 18.9 trillion naira. At 650 per dollar, it's about under 30, just about 30 billion.
Excellency, are you quoting central bank rate or the normal outside rate?
No,
650.
650, because I combine the two of them. What I do is I combine central bank, combine what I can buy it, because that's the official rate. Okay. The official rate is what is available outside. Okay. Because central bank rate, only people like you can get it, I can't get it. People like me can buy it. So I combine the two of them and find an average to know, because the other one is not available to be ordinary. So for me, it's the average. So if you use it, it's about 30 billion dollars for a country of this size. Compare it to your comparable states in the same year. I always use Vietnam. Vietnam is a country I know where they were a few years ago. Vietnam is 100 million people. So it's half of Nigerian population. Living on 331,000 square kilometers. So they live on a 1/3 of our land and half of our population. Their export is over $350 billion. We couldn't do 10% of what they did in the same year, including oil. They didn't export natural materials. They produced and exported manufactured goods. Vietnam did more in footwear, which you can call not the food. They didn't, food is not included. It's just the wear. They did more than that we did in oil. Oil gave us about 15-point-something billion. They did 18 billion in footwear. And I have 60,000 shoemakers in Aba who are not doing anything, who have 30 minutes access to the sea for export, which we can change. What am I trying to do? There's factor endowment everywhere in Nigeria. So what we want to do is to start Nigeria that works for everybody. Nigeria that will work for everybody. When I mean it work for everybody, sir, it will work for everybody. And people will be proud to say, we are Nigerians. How we're going to do it is to start what I'm trying to explain to you today. Secure, unite Nigeria, make it productive, stop people from stealing public money. public money must be used for public good. If you have opportunity of serving, please serve the people and go home. This year's election, in 2 weeks' time, is to ensure that this election is not by tribe. No tribe is saved in Nigeria. No ethnic group is saved in Nigeria. It is bad for Yorubas. There's poverty in Yoruba land. It is bad for the Igbos. There's poverty in Igbo land. It is bad for the Hausas, for the Fulani, everywhere. No tribe is secure. The North, where the president and everybody is no more secure than here. So we don't want this election to be. We want it to be election for Nigeria. We don't want an election by religion. We've had that nonsense in the past. No religion buys bread cheaper. I've asked Muslims, if you see where we sell bread cheaper, show me, because then Christians will come and buy the bread and go back and continue their church. Or Christians, show me where you do bread cheaper. I had a friend who was a pastor in Kano. He told me he started free food. He was shocked that on Sundays, Muslims come during the time they serve food to fold them and eat the food. And they go back and continue their religion. But time he serve food, he noticed that when he's doing church, he has about 200, 300 people. One church ate to good food, they have over 1,000. Because everybody will come to eat the food. Because that's what it shows, that no tribe buys bread cheaper. Everybody's hungry. And there's no religion doesn't have hunger. There's nothing. Cannot. Nobody has ever lived by saying, I believe in God. I won't eat today. You die.
God has no religion.
It's the song. So you must. So we don't want it to be anybody's turn. It is turn of our children, it is turn of the youth of the women to take back the country. Don't know what. This election is going to be by character we can trust. And that character begins by identifying yourself. My vice presidential candidate, Dati Baba Ahmed, is an alumnus of the University of Maiduguri. Whether it was one day that he spent there or 2 days, he's an alumnus of the University of Maiduguri. He's an alumnus of the University of Westminster, where he did his PhD in economics. He's an entrepreneur. He has 2 functional universities. Everybody knows who he is. And he's alive. So is our party chairman, national chairman, who would have come with me this morning and asked me, Judas Abure Eze. My name is Mr. Peter Obi. Everybody knows I'm an alumnus of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Lagos Business School, Said Business School, Oxford University, George Business School, Cambridge University, IMD in Switzerland, Kellogg Graduate School. I can go on and tell you, they're documented. If you go to Oxford now and say, Peter, they will show you my alumni number. If you press it and say, University, Cambridge, they will show it to you. It's clear. I've worked, I'm a businessman. I built a business. I built a business here, a social business. I was a trader who grew my business. Left it, went into the corporate world. I've chaired corporations, banks, ever in Nigeria. I've been the youngest chairman ever of a bank. I've been the only person when Federal Bank said nobody should be a director in more than one bank. I was sitting on 3 bank boards because the bank wanted me. I've chaired Security and Exchange Commission. So everybody knows who I am in the corporate world. I've been a governor for 8 years. And I've challenged everybody, go to where I governed for 8 years. If they say any of their money is missing, come and hold me responsible. If you see any contractor who said they sat down with Peter Obi and discussed that Peter Obi will add this, come, I will be responsible for it. If you see any land, directly or indirectly allocated to P2B, come and stop running. Any piece of land, assign minimum over 10,000 shareholders to people who have land. About Bidin, everybody listen to about Bidin, said what his friend told him, how you gave me land, and I told him, my commissioner, and I told him, I'm consumer of the land. You can't take what today. And when he argued, I tell my commissioners that when I came here to serve, I told God, if I take their money that I'm not entitled to, punish me and my children. You gave me enough. I have enough. I have no reason to have recourse to public money. I have more than enough. In my own share, I didn't say I have too much to give people, but I have enough for myself and my family, but not to share to people. And I said, because of it, I came to serve them. I spent 8 years, became #1 in Millennium Development Goals, which is the only measure of development. I was #1 in education. It's by UNDP, not by Nigeria. I was #1 in education from 26. When I started, I was 26. Oyo was 25.
Why performance?
Why can Neko? The next year, Oyo was 26. I was 25. I was 26. By the time I left, I was #1 for 3 years. It's a record there. I won the Gate Prize 3 years on health. So just measure locally. Everybody pulling people out of poverty knows that I did the first physical destiny in Anambra State. I did not owe salary. I did not owe pension. I did not owe gratuity the day I left office. I said it everywhere in TV. I said if anybody can come and say it was owed this. What was being owed before I came, 33 billion naira. I paid it off. The day I left office, I did not owe one contractor who I performed. And I said, if any contractor comes out and says, the day I left office was being owed, I stopped running. I did not owe one supplier